Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our channel. Today we delve into the fascinating world of numismatics, focusing on specific coins that have captured the interest of collectors and historians alike, the USA Lincoln 1-cent pennies. Let's start number 1. The 1943 Lincoln 1-cent penny stands out as one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history due to its unusual composition and rarity. Often referred to as the steel cent, it symbolizes America's industrial might during World War II. Collectors around the world are captivated by its historical significance and the ultra-rare copper varieties that have fetched millions in auctions. Let us delve deeper into the design, history, reality of its composition, value, and its astronomical auction prices. Design. The 1943 Lincoln penny retains the classic design introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Obverse front, features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. Above Lincoln's head is the motto "In God We Trust," while to the left is Liberty. The date 1943 is placed on the right side, near Lincoln's shoulder. Reverse back, the reverse retains the wheat stalks on either side of the denomination 1 cent, with United States of America just below it. Above the denomination is the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum. What sets this penny apart is not its design but its composition. Most 1943 pennies were minted from steel coated with zinc rather than the usual copper. History. By 1943, the U.S. was fully engaged in World War II, and copper, an essential material for producing ammunition and other military supplies, was in high demand. To conserve copper, the U.S. Mint opted to strike pennies from steel and coat them in zinc to prevent rusting. This experiment gave birth to the 1943 steel penny, the only time in history a U.S. penny was made primarily from steel. However, a handful of 1943 pennies were mistakenly struck in the traditional copper. These copper pennies are among the rarest and most valuable coins in the world, sparking immense interest in collectors and investors alike. Reality of composition. Steel cents. The majority of 1943 pennies were composed of zinc-coated steel. This steel core gave the pennies a silvery appearance, quite unlike the typical reddish-brown color of copper pennies. Despite the effort to conserve copper, these steel pennies had some issues. They corroded easily, and their magnetic nature caused confusion in vending machines. Copper pennies. Due to an error at the mint, a few copper planchettes, the blank metal discs used to strike coins from 1942, were accidentally used in 1943 penny production. These 1943 copper pennies were produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, and today, they are considered numismatic treasures. Value. Steel cents. Most 1943 steel pennies are relatively common, with over 1 billion struck. Their value typically ranges from 0.10 to 3, depending on the coin's condition and whether it has been well preserved. Higher grade examples can fetch up to 75 or more. Copper pennies. The true stars of the 1943 penny series are the extremely rare copper specimens. Less than 30 are known to exist across all mints. These coins can command prices ranging from hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Last auction and prices in millions. The most famous 1943 copper penny sold for a jaw-dropping price. In 2019, a 1943 Denver Mint copper penny sold for an astonishing $1.7 million at auction. This set a new record for a 1943 Lincoln penny. Such prices are reflective of both the coin's rarity and its near-mythical status among collectors. In 2021, another 1943 copper penny, graded as MS63 red by PCGS, fetched $840,000 at auction. The fluctuating prices depend on the condition and mint mark, but regardless, Any authentic 1943 copper penny is considered a $1 million coin in pristine condition. The 1943 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a fascinating coin both historically and numismatically. While most of the steel pennies are affordable to collectors, the rare copper variants have reached legendary status, fetching millions at auction. The blend of wartime necessity, minting error, and rarity has made the 1943 penny a centerpiece for coin enthusiasts and a symbol of America's industrial power during World War II. Whether it's a steel cent or a rare copper gem, the 1943 penny is a piece of American history worth collecting. Number 2. The USA Lincoln 1-cent penny 1944. The 1944 Lincoln 1-cent penny holds a prominent place in American numismatics, capturing the attention of collectors due to its unique wartime history and occasional rare variants. This coin, part of the iconic Lincoln series, embodies a fascinating intersection of American history and minting practices during World War II. Its value today can range from a few cents to millions of dollars, depending on the variant and condition. Design: the 1944 Lincoln penny continues the classic design introduced by Victor D. Brenner in 1909. Obverse front, features a profile of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above Lincoln's head is the inscription "In God We Trust," while the word liberty is to the left and the year 1944 to the right. Reverse back, the reverse design is a wheat ear on each side, flanking the denomination 1 cent in large letters, with United States of America underneath. The Latin phrase "E pluribus unum" arches across the top. This design, used from 1909 to 1958, is known as the wheat penny, celebrated for its simplicity and tribute to one of America's most beloved presidents. History: the year 1944 was significant for the U.S. due to World War II. In 1943, copper was a critical war material, and pennies were made from steel coated with zinc to conserve copper. However, the steel pennies were unpopular because they corroded easily and were mistaken for dimes. In 1944, the U.S. Mint resumed using copper for pennies, but with a slight twist. The pennies were struck from recycled shell casings from military munitions. These shell case pennies contained about 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a slightly darker appearance than pre-war copper pennies. However, a few 1944 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover steel planchettes from 1943, creating the extremely rare 1944 steel center. These rare errors are among the most sought-after coins in the world. Reality and value: most 1944 Lincoln pennies are not rare. Billions were minted across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. In circulated condition, these pennies usually hold nominal value, typically between 10 and 50 cents depending on their wear. However, certain variations can dramatically increase the value. 1944 steel penny: as previously mentioned, the 1944 steel penny is an extremely rare error coin. Only a few are known to exist, and they are considered one of the most valuable Lincoln cents. These coins can command prices of hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, depending on their condition. Mint marks: pennies from 1944 come with different mint marks: none for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Coins from all mints are common, but in uncirculated or near perfect condition, they can be worth significantly more, often from $10 to several $100s. Condition: the value of any 1944 penny hinges on its condition. Coins graded at MS65 mint state 65 or higher can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Recent auction prices in the millions. The most notable sales of the 1944 penny have been the rare 1944 steel cents. Here are some highlights from recent auctions. 1944 steel penny Philadelphia mint, a steel penny from 1944 in near-perfect condition sold for $1.11 million in a private transaction, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever sold. 1944 steel penny Denver Mint, another steel penny from 1944 minted in Denver was auctioned for $840,000 due to its pristine condition and rarity. These eye-popping auction prices have solidified the 1944 Lincoln steel penny as a dream coin for collectors. The 1944 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a testament to American history, especially its wartime efforts. While the majority of these pennies hold minimal monetary value, a rare few, especially the steel variants, are worth small fortunes. Whether you find one in an old coin jar or at an auction, this coin continues to fascinate collectors and historians alike, representing not only the resilience of the U.S. Mint but also the enduring legacy of President Lincoln. Thanks for joining us on this journey through numismatic history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Lincoln penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting content.